We once had this dream of all owning a property, which I think is still a dream for everyone. But in saying that, the next generation that's coming through doesn't seem to be as caught up in the Australian dream of owning a home. So the reality of that situation is the long term for most is going to come from renting. Over the last, I think it was 10 or 15 years, we've seen a shift from about 20 to 25% rental versus home ownership to up to 35% now, just in that short period of time. His projections are that it's probably in the next 10 years going to go somewhere to around 45, even 50%. So essentially what that means is that half the people will, a little under or a little over, or about half the people will live in their own homes that they've purchased, but there's going to be 50% of people that will actually be renting. The reality is that it's just not going to be affordable based on different triggers. Obviously property prices have continued to increase exponentially, and it's just not sustainable. Previously, the rental side has been, I'll just rent a place until I save up a deposit and I go and buy. That's simply not a thing anymore for most, okay? So we used to think that renters were for students, or rentals were for low-income households, or people couldn't afford it, or when you just first move out of home and all those sort of things. The reality is that the way economically things are going, it's actually going to be the new norm. So realistically, we need to actually start accepting the fact that there's no stigma around it. As long as you're happy, you're with your family, you're doing the things that you love and enjoy, it really doesn't matter where you live, as long as you're enjoying where you live, and it doesn't matter if you own it or not. The reality is that a lot of people are going to be forced in a position where they're going to have to rent, and that is okay. People are still people still have fun, people do what they need to do, people still have great success in their life, whether they own a property or not.